Well guys, I finally did it. I made a bang for Pigments. Chromatic for Pigments is here and it is stacked. It is super modulatable, super customizable, 36 presets. And in today's video, I'm gonna go over the whole thing and show you all around the sound set so you guys can get the most out of these amazing presets. Let's dive in and have a look. Chromatic for Pigments, the new sound set from Signs of Life is here. Chromatic for Pigments features 36 custom presets suitable for all types of ambient music, space music, chill music, and more. It features deep bass presets, soaring leads, gorgeous pads, otherworldly soundscapes, and mind-bending effects patches. The presets have been thoughtfully curated to give you the best possible sonic experience and feature unique macros, velocity, mod wheel, and aftertouch assignments to provide the highest level of exploration and playability. For the past 3 years on this channel, many of you have watched me create and use patches with Arturia Pigments, but never like this. These have been finely crafted and are production-ready presets, ready to inspire your music and take your tracks to the next level. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at Chromatic for Pigments, and I'm gonna show you how I created some of the presets so you can get a better idea of how Pigments works and how you can use these sound design techniques in your own productions. So before we start, pause the video and go purchase the presets on our Bandcamp page. There are 36 total presets and they're available right now for the affordable price of only $10. The link is down below in the description. That being said, let's get into it. Make sure you smash that like button and get subscribed. Cheers and enjoy. What's up guys, Chris here from Signs of Life. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we are gonna take a closer look at Chromatic for Pigments, the new sound set on Material. In front of us, we have Codes of Light. This is the demo track that I created for Chromatic for Pigments. As you can see, it's a very large track. This is entirely made out of the sounds of Chromatic. So what I thought we would do today is take a listen to this track, maybe like 32 bars of it, and then on the other side, we can start to highlight some of the individual sounds and talk about the sound design techniques that I used to create this sound bank. So that's the game plan here. I'm gonna go ahead and start this up from the beginning. We're gonna listen to maybe about the first, third of the track. And then, yeah, on the other side, we're gonna show you some of the individual sounds. Here we go. So as you can hear, there's a lot going on there, right? But like I said, all of these sounds are coming from Chromatic. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the very first patch. This is a patch called Cavern Abyss. Now, these patches, this is one of the Soundscape patches. However, this is at a much higher octave, so you can see it almost sounds like a pad there. Love this patch. There we go. And if I play it on a lower octave, you can hear it has that Cavern Abyss sound. This is where it was designed, in this octave range. Now, one of my favorite parts about Chromatic is all 4 macros really do change the character. So you can see we have like a degrade macro here. And it starts to get really, you know, kind of bit crushed on the upper end there. Love that, right? Oh yeah, so good, right? But you can hear on the upper octaves, it sounds really nice, right? So that's how I open the track. Oh yeah, fantastic. Another one I wanted to highlight was this patch called Electric Arcs. Now, this is one of the sound effects patches. So you can hear that this one right here, let's go ahead and there we go. It's using one of the custom wavetables. Now, Chromatic not only comes with 36 patches, but I also, as a special bonus, I exported all 26 wavetables and just gave it to you guys as a special bonus. So you can use it in any other synth of your choice. You can use it in Vital, Serum, Hive, whatever you want. So you've got all of the wavetables here. So this is a really cool patch. You can hear, right? Custom macros here. You can adjust the filtering, add some chorus if you want. Sounds really good on the low end. Really, really cool stuff. So that's Electric Arcs. And now let's go ahead and listen to some of the pads here. This one here is called Breath of Life. So let's go ahead and listen to that. Beautiful pad there. Now, one interesting macro that this has is called Rhythm. So as soon as I inject some rhythm in here, you can hear that this MSEG, or this function, starts firing off. And it really changes the character of the patch. Add some wave shape in there. Oh yeah. So good. So that's Breath of Life. We have Reality Layer here. This is one of the plucks. Oh yeah. A standard pluck, but you know. Interesting macro called Flex here. Kind of changes the timbre a little bit. Wave shape. Oh yeah. I mean, there is so much customizability here inside of Chromatic. So let's keep going. You can hear that there was this hybrid. Now this is actually one of the 2 percussion patches. So you get a full-on glitch percussion patch right here inside of Chromatic. And this is all being driven by the function, right? Again, using one of the Chromatic custom wavetables, the harmonic engine, right? Add some artifacts there, add some movement. Oh yeah, so good. A little bit of filtering. Excellent. Now, some of my patrons were asking, you know, where do some of these transitional elements come from? All of the transitional elements included in this track were actually coming from the sound bank itself. So I used sounds from the sound bank, and I actually used a plugin called Transit from Baby Audio to make up all of the transitions. So you can see here that this is a patch from Chromatic, and I'm just gonna highlight this one specifically. And you can see that if I turn on all the plugins here, including Transit, that this is a patch called, it's a lead patch called Celestial Drift. It's actually a pad. And this one is going through an instance of Transit. And as you can see, Transit's here. And when Transit fires off, it's just an init patch, right? that I created with a simple automation on, of course, the transition control, a nice up ramp, and that's what creates that cool transition. So you can hear that it was really effective in creating the track itself, right? So like I said, every single sound that you're hearing, except for the kick and the snare, which is basically all of the track, are coming from Chromatic, right? Really good stuff. So as a final tip here, I thought we would go ahead and create a soundscape, much like the soundscapes that are included with Chromatic. So what we're gonna talk about is auxiliary modulation. This is a topic that doesn't get talked about too much when referring to Pigments, but it's a very powerful feature that I used a lot in the creation of Chromatic. So let's go ahead and create a soundscape here. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna up the attack of our envelope VCA to around 5 seconds, adjust the attack curve here, adjust the decay to around 5 seconds as well. And we're going to lower the sustain down just to about 75% and up the release to around 5 seconds as well. Now we're gonna go ahead and select a wavetable. Now for this wavetable, Chromatic comes included with 26 extra wavetables. These are the wavetables that I created for Chromatic, but as a special bonus, I'm giving them all to you guys so you can use them in any other synthesizer of your choice, like, you know, Dune or Serum or Hive or Vital, whichever one you want, right? So they all come with Chromatic. So this is Chromatic table number 16. And as you can hear, nice sounding wavetable. All right, but we want to move the position knob right here. Now, one of the ways that I like to move position is with the combinate feature, all right? So what we're gonna do is set up 2 LFOs. We're gonna come over to the LFOs tab, and we're gonna change the retrig source of LFO1 and LFO2 to free running. So now both of these are free running, meaning they're not gonna restart whenever I press a key. We're also gonna change the time value from hertz to straight only. Okay, so this is now straight only. Now what we're gonna do is set this one at 4/1, which is 4 bars, and this one is gonna be set at 1/1, right? Now let's come over to the combinate tab here, and as you can see, we have 3 different combinates. What we can do with the first one is say multiply, and we'll say our source is LFO1, and our mod source is LFO2, and we can up the amount here. Now we have a really interesting LFO. You can see that that LFO is being multiplied. It's going in like kind of an interesting up and down rate. You know, you don't find LFOs like that in the stock LFOs, so that's where combinate comes in. Now to use combinate, all we have to do is assign it to the position. We can just drag it over and there it is. So you can hear that now we're moving with that new LFO that was created by multiplying LFO1 and LFO2. Great. Love that. Okay, sounding really good. Okay, now let's do some filtering. So we're gonna come over here up to the filter on the top right, and we're gonna lower the filter to about 12 dB, so LP12. We're gonna lower the cutoff right here. Very nice. Excellent. We can take LFO1, that slower 4-bar LFO, and use that as our cutoff modulation here. Adjust it to today's, there we go. Let's add a couple voices of unison by coming over to the unison tab over here. Add some voices. Lower the detune, lower the stereo amount. There we go. Excellent. Starting to sound like a soundscape. Very good. Cool. All right, that's all we'll do for now. And now let's go over to Engine 2. Now, before we move on to Engine 2, what I want to address is the fact that we need to adjust the filter routing from serial to parallel. Now, the way you do this in Pigments is you come over here, you can see it right behind my camera. You can see that there is a filter routing knob right over here. You can see that. So we're gonna go from filter 1, filter 2, which is serial, to parallel, right? We're also going to switch the output on the second engine to filter 2. So just know that this output knob determines which filter that each engine is going through. So let's go over to Engine 2 and we're going to make this granular. Let's go ahead and make this granular. So we'll come over here to say the, I don't know, guitar and bass, maybe the steel acoustic, and we're gonna go ahead and hit play and adjust some of the random values. We can adjust the start time, adjust the density. Very good, adjust the direction. Excellent. That sounded good. I like that. Now, like I said, on Engine 2, we can adjust the filter mix from filter 1 to filter 2. Now it's going straight out because filter 2 is bypassed. What we can do is turn on filter 2 and make this a bandpass filter. There we go. Excellent, there we go. Nice. Awesome. We can also move this filter, the cutoff of this filter, with the combinate. Excellent. Very good. Lower down the amount. There we go. Oh yeah. Very nice, right? So now we have a sort of dual engine, you know, soundscapey kind of thing. Sounds really good. On the lower end, it probably sounds really great. Oh yeah. That's very soundscape-like. I like that. Excellent. Let's come over to the utility engine. We'll add a noise here. We'll pick a noise, let's say texture, and we'll go into little particles. We'll add that, and we can also use the same combinate and adjust the volume of this. There we go. Excellent. Very nice. We can tune that up. Oh yeah. Add a little bit of high pass filter on there. Turn up the volume a little bit. Oh, that's gonna sound really good later, especially when we start adding effects. Yeah, nice. We can tune it up maybe a couple octaves. Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's good. Adds a little bit of texture. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Now keep in mind, this is all without effects. We haven't even touched the effects yet, right? So let's go ahead and do that. What we're gonna do is turn off the delay here. Turn off the reverb, and then we're gonna add our own custom effects here. So let's start with the multiband compressor. Get a little detail there on the high end. Nice. Oh yeah, excellent. All right, and we're gonna add a delay here in effects B. We'll just use the preset ping pong, love that one. Excellent. And we'll add a reverb, just a stock reverb here. And we're going to increase the decay and increase the size and take off the pre-delay. This is sounding really good. And last but not least, we'll add a shimmer reverb for a little bit of that extra shine. Love the shimmer reverb. Increase the size here. Oh yeah. That is sounding really soundscapey. One final touch is we will adjust the settings of the auxiliary reverb. So we're gonna increase the size, increase the decay, right? And then we're also going to adjust the return amount all the way to 100 or 12 dB, right? And then increase the send level. Oh yeah, there we go. Excellent. Nice. All right, so now let's talk about this concept of auxiliary modulation. What is auxiliary modulation, first of all? Well, auxiliary modulation is modulation that only happens dependent on if something else happens. For example, if we create an interesting function here. Now, I'll go ahead and use one of the presets from Chromatic. So we have this interesting looking function here. This is function 1, function 2. I mean, I created all kinds of functions for Chromatic. Let's use function 6 here. You'll find this somewhere in Chromatic. So you can see that I can lower the rate down here and have this interesting little thing happening, right? You can put on repeat, right? And so every time I play a key, the function's just gonna keep playing, all right? Now, we can assign this to something. You know, we can assign this to say the wave folding, right? So we can come over here and just grab function 1. And as you can see, that function is now moving the fold. It can move the fold mod, right? Oh yeah. Very interesting. We can put another function here on 2. There we go. We can use this one. Right? Adjust the pulse width here with this one. You can see what this is doing over here. But what if we don't want that to happen all the time? And what if we don't want that to happen unless something else happens? For example, we can use the macro, right? So we can come over here to say function 1, and under the word sidechain, we can click this, and as you can see, you have all these different sidechains. So this is auxiliary modulation, it's called in Serum, this is called sidechaining in Pigments. We can say macro 1 here, and what we can do is on the amount, instead of just 50%, we can say 100. Now, those modulations will not happen. Go ahead and adjust this to macro 1 too, all the way to 1, until we up macro 1. And as you can see, now the functions start firing off. So this can be really, really effective, right? But it can go deeper than that. So you can think about what else could you have as a sidechain source, right? You could have the aftertouch be a sidechain source. It could be the mod wheel. It could be anything, you know, that's dependent on it. You could have LFOs that only fire when you are laying down the keys, for example. I mean, that's another one, right? It's really interesting. So for example, LFO 2, we'll use LFO 3, right? We'll say free running, straight only, 1/8, and we'll tie that to the fine pitch. But this is only gonna happen when aftertouch is present. So what we'll do is we'll come over to LFO 3 and we'll say sidechain aftertouch. And we'll make it all the way to 100%. So now when I lay in the keys, then LFO 3 starts firing. You see that? So this whole concept of auxiliary modulation is a really powerful concept. And if you can start to grasp it and use it in your own presets, I mean, that's gonna take your presets to a whole nother level. And like I said, any source of modulation can be sidechained inside of Pigments. And that's one of the reasons why Pigments is so powerful. Anyway, this has been a lot of fun. I'm so glad we got there. Chromatic for Pigments is available right now. You can hear that, listen to that. That's so good. Chromatic for Pigments is available right now. The link is down below in the description. 36 presets. It's only $10. You get the presets, you get all of those wavetables. 26 wavetables are included, and fully customizable, mod wheel, aftertouch, the whole thing. All 4 macros. I can't wait for you guys to explore these presets and enjoy them. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll be back again soon with more Pigments tutorials. Listen to that. That's so good. My name is Chris from Signs of Life. You guys have been great. Thank you all so much. Enjoy Chromatic. And yeah, as always, keep your heads in the clouds and your feet planted firmly on the ground. I'll see you guys in the next one.